TrueVanguard recently came out with this video titled Cross and Tassi, the Prophets of Doom for Destiny 2, and considering he's an OG to the franchise, I personally greatly respect his opinion, so let's watch and see what he's talking about.
This weekend, videos and articles hit the web from some of our favorite folks here in the Destiny community, including Aztecross and Paul Tassi, as these fine gentlemen bore sackcloth and walked the barren streets of the Destiny community proclaiming the end is near. They referenced a handful of concerning data points and weighed them against the current climate and conditions of Bungie and Destiny's timeline and game plan, and decided that things are likely to get worse before they get better. Now, the reality is this: Destiny 2's player count has hit its lowest point in the history of the game, lower than any other low before, despite the positive reception of the current season.
It didn't actually hit its lowest point lower than any other point before, because Destiny 2 Year 1 was technically a much lower population time period, but it hit its lowest point in the last 4 years since its arrival to Steam, where we can actually monitor the population, but that's just a tiny little point. Let's continue watching.
The positive reception of the current season. And as Tassi pointed out, this is in stark contrast to the all-time player high that they got earlier this year with Lightfall's drop. But Paul worries that the poor delivery with Lightfall basically pulled a ton of people in and then let them down hard. You know, the flashy neon lights and cyberpunk vibe that the trailers gave off was great marketing. It got players to come, but the failure to captivate...
Got players to do what? Hey, yo, play that back one more time.
It got players to come, but the failure to captivate and innovate outside of Strand was not only enough to disappoint many players, but it was in fact an excuse for a cold break for many of them. And so the prophets of doom and gloom are heralding their messages online right now, warning that the writing is on the wall. Mina, tekel ufarsin. TV, I have no clue what you just said.
Are you speaking English?
Reference, you heathen. The evil king Belshazzar.
Oh, we're going biblical on him.
In his palace, while his subjects lived in poverty, and as he partied hard in his palace, he told servants to grab the cups from the church, and they could drink wine out of them and party into the night. And as they partied, a ghostly hand appeared.
This is the most out-of-pocket reference,
on the wall,
and I'm loving
a
it.
Message that more or less said, "I weighed you on the scales to determine your worth, and I found you to be worthless. Your kingdom is to be dismantled and handed over to another person to rule." And that same night, the Persians sacked the city, and a new Persian ruler took over Babylon.
Are we talking Destiny 2, or did I just get a Bible lesson? I'm confused here.
And a new Persian ruler took over Babylon. Now, we in the Destiny community are all too familiar with this message on the wall because many of us have been writing it, some version of it, on the forums, on Reddit, in
the writing on the wall,
on Twitter,
the writing on the forums.
We can communicate it. We are measuring Destiny and finding it lacking. The PvP community especially has felt the fatigue of this for years.
Agreed.
Begging for Bungie to go back to their previous standard of having monetized and meaningful PvP content delivered with every new expansion. Now, I do believe Bungie now when they say that they have, you know, a Crucible Strike team, they have map pack that's almost ready, and that's going to be the new standard. But
looking forward to that.
My concern is that it's 3 years too late. The numbers show people have moved on. Just like Belshazzar, it was too late for him to turn anything around. The Persian army was already laying an ambush outside his walls. Just like Lot trying to save Sodom and Gomorrah by finding some decent people to warrant keeping the cities alive, but the damage had already been done, and there was no way to avoid the inevitable. The cities had taken advantage of their visitors, robbed them, beaten them, abused them, and their right to continue to do so was uprooted. It may be too late for Bungie to start implementing wild changes to appease the people. Going 3 years without any action is enough to drive anyone mad. I mean, why do you think I started a whiskey channel? Hey, thanks, by the way, for all the support over there lately. We're getting great traction. We're about to be fully partnered.
Shout out the whiskey channel.
Thanks to you all. But anyways, now this is a whole lot of hyperbole, admittedly. But tabling all exaggeration, I do think it's extremely fair for people like Cross and Tassi to arrive at the conclusion that we are in deep trouble here. Insider info even revealed that Bungie's current state could have spelled disaster for them. The studio could have been divided up and dissolved, just like Belshazzar's kingdom had Bungie not made the Sony deal as a safety net. That's friggin' concerning. I mean, we sort of take Destiny 2 for granted, right? It's just something that always is. The sun rises in the east. A bear craps in the woods. Jesus loves all the little children. And Destiny Reset happens on Tuesdays. Xur shows up on Fridays. It just happens. It's consistent. But the idea that...
I need... What? I need to see the writing for this script. The script is actual legendary. TV's like, let's hit him with 4 hard facts. 1. The sun rises in the east. 2. A bear in the woods. And 3. Jesus, he just loves all them kids. And 4. Destiny 2 Reset... And 4, the Destiny 2 reset is on Tuesday. Legend.
It just happens. It's consistent. But the idea that we were so close to that consistency evaporating is wild to me. I mean, no matter how many breaks I've taken from this game, I never felt any urgency because I knew it would be there chugging along, doing its thing whenever I decided to fire it back up again. So what does that mean for the future of Destiny 2? Well, pre-orders of the final shape are weak right now. I myself haven't even pre-ordered it yet.
What?
I certainly don't feel any kind of rush considering we may be looking at next
Did you pre-order
summer.
final shape?
I've got to get through Christmas and tax
Comment down
season
below.
before then. There's part of me that says that Bungie has dug themselves into a hole that's simply too deep to get out of. But then there's another part of me that knows that gamers are some fickle folks. If Bungie brings a product next year that is super fun to play, then people will play it. They'll throw money at cosmetics. They'll tell their friends to hop on and play.
And if it's
Bungie
bad, they'll
and
still
every
play
other
it
studio
and make
on the
memes
planet
about it.
is always just one viral content drop away from wild success. I mean, look at Fortnite. Look at Apex Legends. People thought Epic Games was over and cooked. But then the Fortnite BR dropped, and it wasn't even 2 months later that they made over $1 billion in a single week. So is Destiny done for? I think there's a good chance that disaster could be on the horizon, sure, but I've also seen crazy swings in the other direction enough times.
So what you're saying is Destiny 2 Battle Royale
in everyone's game library too. They just have to deliver something so wildly innovative and engaging that people want to play it. And their desire to play and have fun overshadows the disappointment and frustration they've felt from the studio before. But I want to hear from you. What are your predictions about the future of Destiny 2? Where do you see the game going in the next year? Are things going to get better? Are they going to get worse? Will Bungie claw its way out of the hole that they're in right now, or is it too late? Let me know in the comment section below. I do
too
look
late,
forward to
dead
reading
game,
your responses as
dead
always,
game,
even the ones that aren't so nice. Hey, thanks so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate your viewership and engagement as always. If you want to support my variety content, I do have a Patreon under my Grandmaster name, with the first tier being only $1 a month, and that goes to fund and justify the time that I take away from Destiny content to explore other avenues of content creation. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Even if you didn't, you can leave a thumbs down, because no one's going to see it on YouTube. YouTube hides those now, which is weird to me. But
even if you didn't, put a thumbs down. I don't care. No one's going to see it.
Bye-bye.
Such a great, I like that. I'm not even sure exactly what to take away from this video. I mean, the main things that I got from this were bears in the woods, Jesus loves kids, TV loves whiskey. But I think the main point he was trying to get at here was that if the final shape is good, that it's going to save the franchise and that everyone's going to be playing it and everything will be fixed and better from then, which I think we can all agree is obviously the case. Personally, I don't think that the end is near for Destiny 2. In fact, I would argue that Seasons of the Witch has actually been a pretty good season overall. And from the looks of it, the episode model looks like it'll be even better for the future of the franchise. Only time will tell though, of course. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Click on the screen here to watch another video from the channel. Click the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Later. And if you're feeling thirsty out there, make sure to use code LUCKY10p to save some money on G Fuel. Also, make sure you're following me on Twitch and Kick. I go live all the time playing Destiny 2. Lastly, make sure you're following me on X, Instagram, and TikTok, where I deliver Destiny 2 news to you daily. I appreciate all the followers out there.